Yeah, so Pat,
Yeah,
I
what's
I
up?
know you're the NHL guy here.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have a question for you over here
Yeah, what's up?
because I know the Rangers have been struggling all year, right? And it's kind of hard to see like they, right now they don't have a direction. And I want to see because of how much they've been struggling, wh- where's the direction do you think that they're going to turn because of all the struggles? Where do you think they're going to turn the ship? Or what do you think they have to do to turn around the season from being what it is right now?
All right, that's a good question. I think right now, just like when you say turn the ship, I think that's the proper way to kind of question this right now. Is this team seems to be the kind of lost at sea. I put them stranded right now. It's what do you do? You're 11-11-2 now in your season. I've watched every damn game. What's it called? And for me, I just don't know where I
And
really.
plus, coming off a four-game losing streak.
Yeah, they did just win tonight though against the Blues, but it is the Blues. But this is it's a very tough call because for me, I'm looking at this team going, all right, you're eighth in the Metro. You're first off one of the worst teams in the league at the moment, record wise. You're one of the worst teams in the league right now, just in general for some reason. It just I don't know why. I do know why, but I'm just like I'm just kind of going over it. But they've played better than what their record looks like in some games, except for recently. The beginning of the season, I thought they played way better than what they looked like. I think they played really good the first 10 games, and then they just kind of like I don't know. After their 3 game win streak, it was just kind of like, all right, we're gonna kind of simmer down a little bit. They looked like one of the hottest teams, and they went to one of the worst teams.
Yeah,
Um,
and really
I
struggling on offense too at the time, not finding the back of the net that much.
Yeah, it's a lot going on here with it. So for me, when I'm looking at this team, I'm looking at the roster. First off, I'm looking at their roster. I'm looking at their top six. I'm looking at the bottom six, and I'm trying to evaluate because everyone knows in hockey, those are basically two separate teams on your team. You're playing with two separate teams in one team. They're all one unit, but they're all four separate units at the same time. So you're not looking at this team like you would with football. You're looking at them like based off of top and bottom. It's just like watching offense and defense in a
Mhm.
sense, even though they already have an offense and defense. So when I'm looking at this team, I'm looking at the top six. So let's start off with their line one. Their line one right now being consisted of Cooley, uh, what's it called? It was supposed to be Miller, and then as well as Lafreniere. Then the second line currently would have been Trocheck, Zibanejad, and Panarin. Right, that would have been where we're at the moment, or Zibanejad would have been where Miller is, and then Miller would have been on the second line with the other two. But either way, though, we're looking at those kind of situations. Now we're looking at the top six right now. Lafreniere, the number one overall pick of 2020, has not been playing his greatest game. He did have a 10 game stretch in which he was doing good with points, right, and that was good. He has currently 13 points in the season, 5 goals, 8 assists. Really not crazy. He could have had a lot more. He's at, we the discussion was going to be what's going to get him going. He needed top line minutes. He needed power play 1 minutes, and when he got power play 1 minutes, he didn't really do much with it. He's on the top two lines, and he's still got 13 points right now into a quarter of the season. Times that by four, and basically that's where you have his points being at right now. So he's on pace to get what 52 points right now for top 6 minutes. You're not looking at that. You don't want 52 points out of him right now. You want him closer to 60, 70 points would be ideal if you're looking for this team to really do good. And if he's on the top line, you want him doing even more. But none of these guys right now in the top six are looking to get over 80 points, just judging off the first 4 games. Your top guy right now, which he's been playing piss poor, ask any Ranger fan, even though he's had his games, is Artemi Panarin, Breadman. He's got 20 points right now in the season. He's looking at to close off maybe around the 80-point mark, and that's if he keeps on pace with no slump and whatnot, and assuming he doesn't go off and get a little more. Zibanejad, he's only got 15 points for me, but he's honestly been my favorite offensive man this year so far. He's been playing great in my eyes. I still think he needs to be playing on like the second to third line maybe, and on the wing mostly, not at center. But I do like the way he's playing. He's shooting a lot more, and I'm happy for him. Very, very happy for him. I want to see that out of him because I feel like in seasons past he just hasn't been doing good. Um, and then you have someone like JT Miller who has been coming off of out of his concurrent years, going from Canucks 70, 80, 90, 100, 90 again points per season And now he's on pace to get 48 points at the moment through the rest of his season. And he's injured as well. So that's not what you're looking for out of your captain. That's not what you're looking for out of this guy that you were expecting to give you the point average that he was getting for the Canucks. But this is, if you knew JT Miller before he left the Rangers, this is what he did on the New York Rangers. He was getting 40 points a season on the Rangers. So he left the system, did really good, came back to the system, hasn't found his rhythm. Just hasn't. Can he turn it around? Absolutely. Can this ship turn around? Can this team be a playoff team? Up for the bait. I think right now this team has too much AHL influence on their team. You got guys like Johnny Brodzinski, Taylor Radish, Connor Sheary, first off and foremost. You have guys like this that are all on this team, and Connor Sheary, for me, should not be on this team. He also shouldn't be on the NHL. If he should be an AHLer. I don't know why. I do know why. But he should not be a part of this third, second, first line. I never want to see him on the top six. Again, it makes no sense to me as to why he would be there. Brodzinski, cool guy. You love him as a Ranger fan. He's got that old, that good feel good story. He's an AHLer. He's 30 years old. It's time to cut the cord. We have other prospects we need to start developing that should be in this top six right now, and they're just not here. Gabe Perreault should be one of them. He should be playing top 6 minutes every day, but he's not. He's in the AHL. Brett Berard played on the third line yesterday. Looked pretty all right. He looked good. I don't think he's going to be like crazy good in the league, but I think he's going to do all right. I think he's like a mid-6 winger to me. That's where I have him at least personally, after looking at him on the AHL, because I follow the AHL as well. But he's a guy that deserves the time too. Right now, if I'm looking at this team and asking where they steer the ship, I said at the beginning of the season, I had no expectations for this team to make playoffs. And right now, as it stands, I still don't. I would love to see if they do, but if they're not within the next 10 games in a spot to where they can make the playoffs or feel like they have a good shot at playoffs, cut the cord. Just go ahead and full on just embrace the fact that you're going to be bad and try to get Gavin McKenna or try to get any of the draft picks. The first 4 draft picks in the league coming out of this draft look amazing. They have 2 first-round draft picks. Right now, one of them is eligible for lottery. Take the fact that you have 2 first-round draft picks in a pretty decent-sized pool and try shooting for one of those picks. This team right now is just in a lost direction. Like I said, we don't know which way they'll go for in the standings. Like right now, they're 8th. I think if you ask most Ranger fans, they're not making the playoffs. I think if you ask anyone who's a realist, they're probably not making the playoffs. But at the same time, they're 8th in the division, and they're somehow still only 6 points out of first place. Do with that as you will. They are 3 games out of first place, being last in the division. The division is absolutely a dumpster fire. They could still make playoffs. Absolutely. Not a doubt. They could have a good 10 games right now coming up. They're 24 games in. They could have a good 10 games right now and be first in the division within 3, and I'm assuming everyone else loses. The Devils are injury-ridden, so right now they're kind of shaky. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. The Islanders right now are looking amazing. That's unfortunate for Rangers fans, but they are now in a playoff spot. The Capitals are kind of iffy as well. Pittsburgh kind of been slumping in their last 10. A lot of these teams are trending downward. So the Rangers could absolutely come out and be in a playoff spot. It's a matter if they want to. It's a matter if they're going to, how they're looking, because the Rangers are also injury-ridden, and they also can't seem to have a good top 6 without AHLers in it. Johnny Brodzinski should not be in your top 6. Parsonen should not be in your top 6. They need to fix these top 6 players. They need the depth. Noah Laba should be playing there when Trocheck isn't, which we thought that he was because Trocheck was injured, but he did play the game last night. He did, and I think he had a point last night as well. I think he got an assist. But yeah. So there's 6 points out of the playoffs. They could still steer the ship into playoff direction. It's not hard right now. They need to get going though, because the best team in the league, and the best team in your division right now is, I know they're not number 1, but it's going to be the New York Islanders. The New York Islanders look dangerous right now, and it's really upsetting because I hate them. But they look like the number one team right now, even over Carolina, because Carolina's had their struggles. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10, but they still, to me, look like a struggling team compared to someone like the New York Islanders, who could actually come out and make a run this year. All these teams, though, have looked bad. They've had streaks of good and they've had streaks of bad. I would like to see them, though. You're going to try to steer it into the direction of playoffs. So now, if you're looking at them as a buyer, if you're a buyer right now,
I was gonna lead into a next question where, if the standings are looking this close come deadline, do you think the Rangers should be buyers or sellers at the deadline?
I don't personally. For me, I don't think you should be a buyer. There's really no one out there that you're looking to buy that's going to turn this team into a Stanley Cup team overnight. There's just not. Right now, I think your Stanley Cup winners coming out west. Personally, that's where I have it. Colorado, big favorite. I think they're going to run away with the President's Trophy by far.
Colorado's been looking hot all year, though.
Yeah, I do. That's why I think they're going to win. I think
they played us.
Yeah, of course they do. They always look good. But like I think they're running away with it. Dallas Stars look good too. There's just a lot of teams out there. Even the Anaheim Ducks right now, which I called as my dark horse, right now are in first place in the Pacific. They're in the Pacific right now, and they're first in their league. And then Edmonton is in typical first half of the season shape. And then in the last half, they will be dominant, and they'll finish like second or first in this division, guaranteed. Mark my words. But right now, you have the entire East Coast, the Metro, the Atlantic, both look weak. The Rangers could absolutely make the playoffs, but you have to find a team that's willing to sell their best players. Who else is looking to sell? And you're looking at positions that they need. They need someone like a Jordan Koiru from the St. Louis Blues, a right winger. They need someone out there that could actually do them some good. But what do they have to sell? They don't really have much. Their prospect pool is through the floor at the moment. The only person you have worth the damn in my eyes is Gabe Perreault, and you don't want to get rid of him. You don't. Because I don't think right now is a year where you chance it to win the Stanley Cup. I think they could get into the playoffs, but I don't see this team being a Stanley Cup team. They could very well be, though. They could prove me wrong. I don't see that being happening, but I think they could prove me wrong with it. But the Rangers have too many holes to fix. They have bottom six wingers they need to fix. They have injuries going on with their team right now. They have a left defenseman issue right now. They need to get a left defenseman. There's one on the Ducks. And Pavel, I think his name is I forgot his last name, but Pavel, whatever, is 21 years old, left defenseman. They need to go get him. They need to go get someone, a left defenseman on that team that could back up Soucy and Gavrikov. They need someone out there that could actually show that they are willing to play, and they need someone who's a two-way defenseman, which he fits the bill. So I would like to see them make a trade if they are for someone like that. Who could they trade, like Othman and a second-round draft pick for this kid? Still a young prospect. He just doesn't have the room right now on that team. They're stacked on left defensemen right now, so they don't need him. So it's just unfortunate. So just go get him. Second-round pick and Othman. And then, Bettman might have to look into the league to see what the hell they're trading for, because constantly the Ducks and the Rangers are trading, always, and it just seems to be like their current partner. But yeah, I think if you're looking to buy in the deadline, you're looking for them to go ahead and get Artemi Panarin signed, right? You're gonna probably end up signing him if they're looking to buy. And then on top of that, you're looking to also get that left defenseman, like I said, to bottom out the rest of that left defenseman core. And then you're looking for someone like a Jordan Koiru that could join your team, but you need to give up something, maybe a first-round pick plus Othman or something like that, or maybe plus Othman and maybe one other guy for Koiru. But they need top six scoring badly. This top six, they're not going to do anything with 80 points on the board all season. It's just not going to be the case. They need someone up there that can score. Right now, Lafreniere's not looking like the option at right wing. He shouldn't be a right wing anyway. Cooley, not looking like the number one sniper in the league on the left wing. Just not it. It's just not. And then Panarin is an older vet. He's playing all right, but again, he's not scoring 90 goals for you. He's not scoring 60, 40, 30 goals, really. I mean, maybe 30, but he's not scoring 40, 50 goals for you, really, this season, I don't think. I don't have him up there to do it, but, no one is right now. No player on their team is scoring 40 goals this season. If you look at it, they all got assists. They're doing great on assists, but no one's scoring 40 goals. It's spread around. but none of them are consistent. So if you are a buyer, you're going to do that. If you're a seller, you're getting rid of Artemi Panarin, trying to get another draft pick, or even just trying to get better prospects for the pool to come up with. You're bringing up Perreault, you're bringing up Othman, you're bringing up Berard, which he's already up here right now, and you're letting them play the rest of the season out. You're letting them go forward. You're going into the offseason, trying to grab Gavin McKenna, maybe trade the team 3 freaking draft picks or whatever to try to get that number 1 spot, which you most likely won't, because Gavin McKenna is looking like the next coming of Bedard or McDavid. He's looking crazy. So that's a sweepstakes you want to be a part of. And the Rangers really can't afford to lose another first-round prospect and have him be bad. So if I'm looking at this team, if you're looking to steer the ship, you could still sail the winds right now into playoff hopes. If you're looking up then objectively, for me right now, a quarter of the season in, I've kind of seen what I want to see, and my confidence is kind of waned on them, and I'm looking to sell. Personally, I think that Panarin needs to be traded. I think that just they need to get the prospects up here. I want to see them perform. Let's see who's good, who's not. Where do we need to focus on with the upcoming rebuild? If there is an upcoming rebuild, if you're selling, you're rebuilding. So what do they need? So send the prospects up here. Let's get some prospects in the top 6 roles. Where do we need to improve on? Let's start getting the chemistry ready for next season. If we're drafting, make sure you have a slot for that guy that you're drafting. Don't retool and then shove him to the bottom 6. Don't retool and send him to the AHL for the next 4 seasons of his life. Go ahead. If you're going to get someone like Gavin McKenna or one of the first 4 draft picks in the league, then you go ahead and you make sure you have room for him. Getting rid of Panarin would be that first step if you're looking to sell. So that's just where I have it. That's my opinion currently. I give you both perspectives as both a buyer and a seller for the Rangers.
Nice. No.
Hope that
I was
answers your
not
question.
expecting that. Yes.
Oh, I could still go
great
on.
detail.
I could still go on. Like I said, I could do a whole podcast on that, and I would not even scratch the surface. We will run. There's so much I still want to say, but I'm just not. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, so that's where I just have it being right now. But yeah, I appreciate the discussion about the Rangers because you know what, I do like talking about the Rangers, so I'm always down to talk some NHL. But we have run our course. I think we have done a great deal at talking during this podcast, and my throat's kind of sore right now because I just did like a 20-minute spiel on the Rangers.
And screamed a little.
Yeah, and screamed a little bit. So, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I think episode 9, Thanksgiving Day, I think, a lightning round question of the day. Dan, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ham.
Turkey. Both different people. Objectively, he's wrong. Hate me in the comments if you will. I don't like ham.
Ham is more superior than turkey.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah, why?
It's my podcast, and I'll kick you if I want to. Simple as that. Boom. I'm blocked. All right. No, but yeah. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Enjoy yourselves, and we'll be back on the following Tuesday. Well, I guess we'll be back next week. For you guys are seeing this Saturday, and I guess we'll talk to you guys.
Saturday.
We'll see you guys next Saturday after that. Enjoy your weekends. Peace. Have a good one.
Happy weekend. Peace.